The promo panel for Chapter 10 is finally out, featuring the most awaited battle between Sarada and Hidari. After a waiting period of over 3 years, Sarada will finally meet Sasuke. The only catch is that he is now a Ten-Tails. This chapter will mark a poetic turn in the story, with Hidari meeting his instinctual target with the sole motive of devouring her. But will he actually be able to do it? And what will be the aftermath of the most awaited battle of the story? On top of that, are we finally about to see the powers that Sarada has unlocked over the course of the time skip? Hidari's reaction to her new powers is also going to be worth watching, especially because he's way above her level. Before dissecting this promo panel, alongside figuring out the new abilities of Sarada, let's understand the poetic relevance of the father-daughter reunion. Ever since Sasuke has left with Boruto, his image has returned to that of a traitor and extremist. We had already seen shinobis being rude towards him for no reason, and his Jubi transformation will prove to be the final nail in his defamation. Even though Sarada is able to recognize that Hidari is not her real father, I don't think the other people of the Leaf would think the same way. For them, it's Sasuke who has arrived to destroy the village after going rogue with the Hokage killer for over 3 years. However, one thing about Hidari that may not clear his image but could twist his role in a massive way is the curiosity that he is born with. He was the very first Shinju to bother about his existence, and although Jura dodged his question back then, the Shinju boss was later himself shown to be really interested about the working of the world that they are born in. It's like these villains are newborn babies who are learning everything from scratch, which makes me believe that they might not be objectively evil. One of the reasons being their ignorance of human empathy, since Jura was surprised at Team 10 wanting to protect Himawari over their own life. So the chances for them to turn a new leaf is not out of question, especially because they are trying to find the answer to their questions. Even though evolution is their main goal, which requires the destruction of this world, I won't be surprised if they give up on evolving themselves after gaining some satisfying knowledge and wisdom. Talking about Hidari specifically, it seems like his behavior will have some instinctual link to Sasuke. The Shadow Hokage deceived a lot of people in the past. He has betrayed Team 7 and Konoha twice, Orochimaru, the Akatsuki, Team Taka, and even Obito. He would have ruled the shinobi world under his sole leadership if it wasn't for Naruto's influence. Hidari may have a similar fate, where Boruto and Sarada are the reasons for his consequent change. At the moment, he is going through the identity crisis, so perhaps he doesn't realize what is at stake. Moreover, Sasuke was not inherently evil. The same could be the case with Hidari, and I think the redemption of his Shinju counterpart was foreshadowed by the Shadow Hokage himself. He had said to Boruto that there is something wrong with the world that only he and Sarada can deal with. Many people assumed he is talking about omnipotence and some collaborative magic of the Mangekyo and the Jogan. However, it seems like his gut was telling him that he is going to be misled again, with Sarada and Boruto being the only hope for his redemption this time. It makes sense for the character development of Hidari to take this approach, cause the good guys would have been on sheer disadvantage, with him being their opponent. Although they are connected through the Ten-Tails, will certainly have a different outlook on life and destiny, especially because Jura is the humanoid manifestation of the Ten-Tails, while as Hidari has transformed from a shinobi with a unique personality. The traits of Sasuke manifesting in his actions is a huge possibility, which makes his meetup with Sarada a lot more interesting. One more thing to note is that Hidari did not interfere in Jura's clash with Inoshika-cho. This could be because the Shinjus are the mind my own business type of people, and they refrain from putting their nose into the matters of each other, especially when it comes to their personal instinctual targets. But when it comes to all Sutsukis, they all could join forces to devour them. Coming on to the father-daughter face-off, lately Kishimoto has been giving a lot of importance to the side characters, and since Sarada has been promised such a huge role for the future of Two Blue Vortex, it's safe to assume that he will do justice to her character. Jura would most likely chase Team 10, and since Sarada was approaching the encounter site, she has finally encountered Hidari. It seems like he emerged from a claw mark and tried to catch Sarada off guard, but she evaded his attack with the Sharingan. Konohamaru can be seen approaching her with a concerning look, and it seems like he's surprised to see her evading the attack of a Shinju. By this we can conclude she definitely has trained for the last 3 years, and this chapter would unveil her special Mangekyo ability. It's not an ordinary feat to dodge the attack of an Otsutsuki level enemy. Sarada must have gone through some next level training to achieve this remarkable feat, and in opposition to popular belief, she might actually be able to fight back Hidari instead of getting destroyed in a matter of seconds. The thing that would help her to acquire this achievement would be her special Mangekyo ability. Before going into that, take a look at the placement of these claw marks beneath the two of them. It seems like Hidari teleported from one place to another using these marks in order to give Sarada a surprise attack from behind. This is why Konohamaru was so concerned about her. He literally assumed this attack of Hidari to be the end of Sarada, but the way she was able to dodge it only shows that how far she has come. I even think that if Boruto had not appeared in the first chapter, Sarada could have completely destroyed Code without losing a sweat. As I said earlier, she has grown to become a really important female character of the story. Kishimoto was not able to write the females up to the mark in Naruto, but he is trying his best to act upon his mistakes in the new era, from giving Himawari the power of the Nine Tails to making Sarada capable of fighting a Shinju. He has excelled in writing the female characters of Boruto so far. Not to mention the other girls such as Aida, Sumire and Delta have also been given prominent roles. This indicates Sakura might also be given some unique spotlight in the story, especially after the return of her husband in Shinju form. Her reaction upon witnessing the clone of Sasuke could be a deciding moment for the story. The reason I think so is because these Shinjus might have acquired the memories from their previous life, and if they are triggered in some way, Hidari upon meeting Sarada might get a glimpse of Sasuke's life, which would make him rethink his decisions as well as the purpose of his existence. This would further get fired up by Sarada and Boruto, who would be trying their best to redeem the Shinju on their side. Sarada effortlessly dodging Hidari's attack also means that she could hypothetically be more powerful than base Kawaki. So this scene has given yet another L to the legacy of Kawaki, and since he is getting burned so bad, I hope his glow up would do justice to him once we enter the end of Shinobi phase of the story. Coming on to Sarada and her Mangekyo powers, it would be epic to see her activating the Mangekyo or even the Susanoo as the cliffhanger for the next chapter. The scene should come after she bears some brutal hits from Hidari, and the reason I think she will indeed activate her unique power up is because of Himawari. We shouldn't forget the Shinjus who are present in the village at the moment are after the lives of two of the most important people of Boruto's life, and logically speaking, he can only went to save one of them. Looking at this fight scene of Sarada, it's very likely that Boruto will come to Himawari's rescue, who is still inexperienced, and this only means one thing: Sarada will be unleashing her full power against Hidari just because it's a do or die situation for her. So if she has learned the Susanoo, it will be one of the techniques that she's about to use as a last resort. Talking about her Susanoo, I really want her to have a dark counterpart of the renowned technique for various reasons. So let's discuss why I think her Susanoo will be black. It could actually symbolize the darkness shrouding her heart. The omnipotence left her completely shattered, and the upcoming events could make her adapt a stone cold personality. Even a golden or pink Susanoo could perfectly fit her character based on the pureness of her heart in the times of fallacy. But what's more interesting to discuss than the color of her beast power is the avatar and the type of abilities that it will manifest. Considering the kind of enemies she's facing like Kawaki, who could send her to another dimension if she lowers her guard, or even Hidari, who has Otsutsuki level agility thanks to the claw marks, the best thing her Susanoo could provide her is speed, something that all the previous ones lacked. It would give her an edge over the Shinjus as well as Kawaki. The red karma wielder must have tried to get rid of her, but the extreme speed of her Susanoo must have saved her from getting sealed. Another thing that I really want her to do is to condense her Susanoo chakra into an armor type of thing. It would provide her a huge defensive edge, and she wouldn't get the same treatment as Sasuke while using it. Now a problem with her Susanoo which needs to be solved are the Otsutsuki level enemies like the Shinjus. Will the Susanoo's abilities actually work against these formidable foes? Considering how Sasuke got smacked by Jigen, well, it might actually be effective against Hidari, not because of the speed, but due to the mechanism behind the awakening of this power. Susanoo is manifested from the Mangekyo, which reflects the desire of a user's heart, meaning that it would have already predetermined the level of opponents that she's about to face. So even though she might not have the raw potential to fight her enemies, the mastery of her abilities could certainly give her an advantageous edge over them. One more thing that I can't stop thinking about is that what if Hidari is deliberately playing weak against Sarada? He is literally a Shinju, a fusion between the human and the Ten Tails, which means he must be naturally overpowered. But since Sarada was able to dodge his attacks effortlessly, could it be that his Sasuke genetics are holding him back from harming her? If that would be the case, then he is definitely going to betray Jura and take the side of the good guys very soon. Moreover, this panel is also a callback to the time when Sasuke used Chidori to attack Sakura. So could it be that Boruto is on his way to save Sarada? And if that's how things are about to end up, what will be the fate of Himawari against Jura? Well, you can find the answer in this video, where I explain the formidable power of Naruto's daughter daughter, which is about to give chills to the Shinjus. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.